Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. By Radha Mohan Mercy, we continue with Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali. Today, verse 45. O Mugdangi, beautiful limbed girl, Sumukhi, fair-faced girl, when will this maidservant sit close by you and lovingly hand you the paraphernalia when you offer formal oblations to the sun god, sitting on an altar made of sunstones, surrounded by your friends? O Mugdangi, beautiful limbed girl, Sumukhi, fair-faced girl, when will this maidservant sit close by you and lovingly hand you the paraphernalia when you offer formal oblations to the sun god, sitting on an altar made of sunstones, surrounded by your friends? Explanation by Anantadas Babaji. In his transcendental visions, Sri Raghunathas relishes the flavors of ornamenting Swamini, and when this vision disappears, he prays for devotional service. For the benefit of the Neophytes in Raganuga Bhakti, he has revealed the expertise of these ornamenting services through his prayers. The neophyte should not serve as he likes it. He should serve according to Radharani's wish, following in the footsteps of those who understand what is on her mind. Shri Narottam Das Thakur has described it like this in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Be dedicated to the path outlined by the Mahajanas, the Goswamis, and consider their teachings in past and present. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas that take shelter of the Yugala Bhajana, the worship of Radha and Krishna, follow in the footsteps of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. They are Vraja's Manjaris that have descended to earth with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to teach expertise in serving the divine couple. They are very eager to teach the world how the maidservants that are called Gurudev?
No. Yeah.
They are very eager to teach the world how the maidservants that are called Sakshat Sevadirini, girls that are qualified for direct devotional service, must serve the divine pair. The compilations Stavamala of Srila Rupa Goswami and Stavavali of Srila Raghunathas Goswami are filled with their experiences and their expertise in bhajan, and are thus most relishable. From this confidential treasure of bhajan can be learned how to be eager for devotional service. How intense was the love in separation of Rupa and Raghunath. This distress is not a worldly kind of distress. It is distress soaked in transcendental bliss. This distress is not a worldly kind of distress. It is distress soaked in transcendental bliss. Is it so easy to feel the want of Shri Radhika, it cannot be felt without being absorbed in the identification of a maidservant. The Acharyas have taught, do bhajan by awakening your want. When feelings of separation have awoken, everything can be given up. Nothing can or should be given up by force. The surrender happens spontaneously, naturally, intrinsically. It comes from inside. There's nothing outside. There's no force. There's no arguments. There's no violence that can cause one to surrender. Surrender only happens when it comes spontaneously from the heart. When feelings of separation have awoken, everything can be given up. Nothing can or should be given up by force. Shri Narottam prays, when will I get the Krishna treasure and keep it in my heart, thus soothing my sinful life airs? There's no other way to soothe the life airs. Taste for worldly things will automatically be lost. Can a flower garland around the neck and sandalwood pulp on the forehead satisfy when you are hungry? Can you peacefully eat and sleep when your heart is pierced by a lance? In the same way, the Goswamis naturally lost their appetite for material pleasure out of separation from Krishna. This stage should be reached through the same process of balanced detachment and sincere, selfless devotion. One must practice great patience in that process and not try to jump artificially to such soaring heights. When I attain Radha Krishna's lotus feet, all contamination will go from my mind, and all the anxiety will go far away. Until now, I could not recognize. Until now, I could not recognize myself as Shri Radhika's maidservant. This is the worship of love, and all love accepts defeat by the love of Radharani's maidservants. How wonderful the mood of the Manjaris who worship Shri Radhika is. Prabodhananda Saraswati glorifies them, the Manjaris, as follows in Vrindavan Mahimamrita. May the worshippers, the maidservants of Shri Radhika, whose minds are like bumblebees that are intoxicated by constantly drinking the honey from Radha Krishna's lotus feet, who always cry great streams of tears, whose bodies are studded with goose pimples out of great ecstatic love for them, and who greatly lament when they are unable to serve their master and mistress for even a moment, and who, because they have momentarily fainted of great ecstasy, or because the divine pair have hidden themselves from them in great ecstasy, may these be revealed to me. After Swamini has been fully dressed and ornamented, she goes to Krishna's abode, Nandishvara, to cook for Krishna. But first, she will offer oblations to the sun god, her father's worshipable deity, on a platform made of sun stones. She does not desire any material benefits from the sun, but she simply prays for Shyamasundars welfare and for a meeting with him without obstacles. Later in the afternoon, at about 3 p.m., she offers a full formal worship, puja, to the sun god. Since the next verse, verse 46, deals with the afternoon pastimes, this verse can apply to the afternoon puja also. That is described in Govinda Lilamrita, chapter 18, where Shri Radhika comes to the town of Shuryakund, about 12 kilometers north of Radhakund, with her girlfriends, while Krishna has come dressed like a priest, a Brahman, named Vishva Sharma Brahmachari, to perform the ceremony. His body, draped in saffron robes, shines with the resultant effulgence of celibacy. Mother Jatila is there. So Krishna says, I'm a brahmachari, a celibate student. I don't touch women. Touch this kusha grass while accepting me as your priest. How wonderful is that mantra of acceptance, which says, I accept Vishvasharma, whose dynasty, Gotra, performs welfare work, Mangalakrit, for the world, Jagat, and who is most pure, Shuchivit Pravaram Suchihi, as my priest. The naughty pun of this verse is, I accept Krishna, who bestows welfare, Mangala, on the world, Jagat, by the recitation of his holy name, who is the best, the pravara of knowers of erotic flavors, Suchiras, as my priest. Swamini understands all these secret jokes made by Krishna in front of her mother-in-law. So Krishna gives a mantra in front of the mother-in-law, and because of the cleverness of the language in the mantra, it can be understood in two ways. One, that I am the most pure brahmachari, and the other, that I am the most knowledgeable in erotic flavors. The mother-in-law understands it in the first way, but Radha, who hears it also, she understands it in the second way, and understands that the mother-in-law thinks it in the first way, that Krishna is presenting himself as a pure brahmachari. Swamini understands all these secret jokes made by Krishna in front of her mother-in-law. How beautiful is her face. Therefore, she is named Sumukhi in this verse, fair-faced girl. After she accepts Vishvasharma as her ritual priest, she must recite another mantra. I offer my obeisances to the effulgent sun god, Bas Swan. Padmini Bandhu is the sun, the friend of the lotus flowers. I offer my obeisances to the effulgent sun god, Mitra, who destroys the darkness and who has a red splendor, anuragi, at dawn and dusk. Or there's a second meaning, just like in the other mantra, I have been given to Mitra, my beloved Krishna, who has endowed with the splendor of Shri, the goddess of fortune, as a golden stripe on his chest, who destroys the affliction caused by Cupid, who is very passionate, Anuragi, and who is the friend of the Padminis, the lotus-like gopis. So here again, there's a double meaning. One is the traditional Vedic, respectful, intellectual meaning, and the other is a rasic meaning, I give myself to the sun god, or I give myself to the sun god who is the origin of all passionate feelings. So Anandadas Babaji is explaining to us that there, in both of these mantras, they can be understood in a rasic way and in a non-rasic way. There's something very special about jokes and puns in spiritual thinking. A joke is that thing that you cannot explain intellectually or logically. It's the end of logic. It's the limit of logic. When we smile, when we laugh, because something is not logic, because something means two things at the same time, this is when our heart is opening and our soul is speaking, which transcends logics. So it's very special here that Anantadas Babaji is explaining these two puns, really two jokes. Everything is so very serious. And yet for Radharani, everything is play of love.
No, the most, what to say in English, I don't know. Astonishing thing is that the God himself, he is dressing, he using clothes from a priest to camouflage himself, only to meet her. He who is almighty, all powerful, he is dressing like a priest now, doing some rituals. This is really special, isn't it? He's hiding himself in front of his mother-in-law, not his mother-in-law, Swamini's mother-in-law, because he's so eager to meet her, and how intelligent he is, how many tricks he finds out. And even the mantras he is giving to Jatila. It's so funny. So Jatila is very serious. She takes it, the mantra, like from the priest. But Radhika understands it. And not only Radhika, the Manjari who is listen, she also understands the right way. But she understands both ways. That you just read, because Manjari is explaining this. And so it's clear that the Manjari also understand this most joking and lovingly way they meet each other. How much rasa is there, huh? This is a difference between a married couple who can meet every time, everywhere, officially, no problem. But in Vrindavan, Radhika and Mohan has many obstacles to meet each other. And so they have to manage this. And how funny Krishna is, and how intelligent he can handle these situations. How sweet is it, isn't it? I have one question. This, when when Swamini is offering in the temple, there is a platform made of sunstone. Well, how does it look like, sunstone? I don't know what it is. Which color has the sunstone?
I'm not sure.
Hmm?
I don't know.
Good. Which color has the sunstone?
New for me.
Sorry?
Also for new for me.
Ah, I think maybe it's reddish, but I have no idea.
All right.
It's a gemstone, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of stone that has minerals in it that shine in the sun.
Oh, sunstone, I got it. Google knows everything.
Google. Aha.
Google.
Thank you,
You can
Google.
see?
Yes.
Oh, very, very beautiful. It's a reddish. And there is a whole platform made of this stone. Must be very beautiful. Wow, different. You see this? This is also sunstone. Look like so beautiful, huh? Shining like a fire. So this, in this world, we don't have, we only have small pieces of this, but in the spiritual abode, there are even platforms. Big platforms are made of this stone.
Swamini is very eager to offer oblations, being faced by Jatila. How sweetly she stands there, surrounded by her dearest girlfriends. That is why she is named Mugdangi, the girl with the enchanting limbs. The Rasik Manjaris have prepared an altar made of sunstones with different paraphernalia for this formal worship. Mugdangi offers oblations to awaken desires. Everyone's minds and hearts float away in innumerable directions on the stream of the relish of wonderfully variegated transcendental flavors. Old Jatila, satisfied with the procedure of the ritual, offers eatables and Radhika's jeweled ring to the brahmachari as a reward. How much fun all the gopis have inwardly. Again, like Gaura Sundar is saying, they understand. They can see the two meanings of the ritual. One is the formal one, and one is the rasic one. They understand that inside of a formal ritual is living a rasic action. This is maybe one way of understanding Manjari consciousness, that we see in the world of dry, unmoving objects. We see in that world a world of feelings, a world of living, loving souls. This is one of the specialities of the Manjari Bhav, of the Manjari consciousness. They see a material world and can see the spiritual world within.
Actually, the Manjari is needed only in Vrindavan. When there are also places where the divine couple is married, I heard, there are not this kind of jokes. On the Vishnu Lokas, it's all official.
Everybody's serious.
Everything is very serious. And every mantra is, there is no double meaning. But in Vrindavan, there is this is the sweetness, actually.
Yeah.
And Vrindavan without the Manjaris is not possible. The divine couple needs this support of the maidservant. All these arrangements they do. How beautiful they ornament the Swamini to make Krishna mad. And how many tricks he used to meet her. This is the speciality in Vrindavan, and Krishna and Radhika are so much enjoying this, hiding and seek, this playfulness. This is the sweetness.
This is the sweetness. Where Krishna has to hide himself.
And even this double meaning, it's the truth. It's not that it's not true. It's also true.
Yes.
To worship the sun god. So who is the sun god? We can ask. Isn't it also Krishna? Because behind all the powers, who is there? It's always Krishna.
It's always a little boy. I think you see this again in every day in the world, in life. Whenever you see someone who's big and strong and powerful and thinking he's very serious, you just look behind the surface and there's a little boy. There's a little boy who's looking for love, you know?
Wow.
Our brahmachari who claims to be a disciple of Garga Muni, accepts neither the food nor the ring. He is learned in astrology and marine scriptures, and he tells old Jatila, I am purchased only by the love of the people of Raj, knowing that Vishvasharma is also a great astrologer. Jatila says, I would be blessed if you could read the hand of my daughter-in-law so that you could tell me about her future success and failure. Seeing Radha's hand palm, Vishvasharma becomes overwhelmed by ecstasy, and concealing his astonishment says, how amazing! When I see all these sacred signs in her hand, I am convinced that this girl is the goddess of fortune herself. Wherever she stays, all opulence and auspiciousness can be found. Each limb of Radharani is filled with waves of Mahabhav. How much her heart is throbbing. Swamini thinks, this boy must be my Shyama Sundar. Otherwise, why would I feel so ecstatic? My desire would be fulfilled if I could unite with this brahmachari. So her mind says it's the brahmachari, but her heart is beginning to say, I can feel who this is. Tulasi, being in a sense non-different from Swamini, feels these desires also awakening in her heart and thinks it would be great if I could unite my Swamini with this brahmachari. But her mother-in-law is around, so there's just no way. Oh, Radhe, I'm so unqualified. Alas, I could not serve you according to your heart's wishes. Thus, lamentations well up and the vision disappears. In external consciousness, Sri Raghunath then prays to Swamini's lotus feet for this devotional service. O Sri Radhike, with the enchanting limbs, O Princess of Vrishabhanu, surrounded by your dearmost girlfriends, you sit on a brilliant altar made of sunstones and offer oblations to the sun god with great devotion. You are very eager to offer different items. So I'm staying right next to you to help you. O Ishwari, please fulfill this desire of mine. This maidservant just wants to serve you favorably. Thus ends the commentary on verse 45.
Here she sits on an altar. She herself sits on a brilliant altar made of sunstones. So we can imagine that this is a very big altar. What great opulence is there, and the big meaning behind this sunstone. If I see this color of a fire, it's really like a fire, this sunstone, and I feel it's a representation of her intense fire of desire. So the sunstone is very close to our Swamini. Isn't it, Gurudev? So she is so passionate.
There's something else that's unusual about this Leela. Often when Raghunath Das comes out of his spiritual consciousness, when he loses the vision, we don't know why. It simply stops. But here, he comes out of his spiritual consciousness because he's unable to perform the service. He cannot unite Radha and Mohan because of the mother-in-law. And when he says, I'm unqualified as Mantari, he's not being modest. He actually has, or she, Tulasi, has actually not succeeded in bringing them together. And that's what knocks him out of the spiritual consciousness, the Manjari consciousness.
This is the mercy of Mahabhav. In this way, she increases the waves of feelings in our Tulasi, in Tulasi's heart, because then the fire of separation is increasing and her feelings become even more intense, because the highest desire is to serve Swamini, and then the vision stops. How much pain and separation is then in Raghunath? On the topmost level of Seva, she stops. And then this separation mood, feeling is coming. Intense Seva ras and intense ras of separation. This is the two sides of the same medal. And Swamini she is this manager of this. She's creating these waves in the Manjari. Same with Krishna. She is creating these waves in Krishna's ocean. And you read just this before, no? That is not an artificial, or we cannot pressure something. This feeling of separation need to come in our heart. When will I get the Krishna treasure and keep it in my heart, thus soothing my sinful life airs? This stage should be reached through the same process of balanced detachment and sincere selfless devotion. One must practice great patience in that process and not try to jump artificially to such soaring heights. It's not possible by artificial. This is the higher taste. I always remember Prabhupada's word, higher taste. Rasa is the higher taste. Prema is the higher taste. And that cannot be felt without being absorbed in the identification of a maidservant. The acharyas have taught, do bhajan by awakening your want. When feelings of separation have awoken, everything can be given up. And when is coming this feeling of separation? Only when we are in relation. We have a sty bath as a manjari. And then this feeling of separation is coming. And that's just what you read, Uddhavji. When this vision disappears, how much love and separation is entering Raghunath Das, Tulasi's heart. So again, when feelings of separation have awoken, everything can be given up. When we have these feelings of separation, we don't think about any other things. These feelings are overwhelming. And only one desire, we are one-pointed or one desire, we like to do our seva. Nothing can or should be given up by force. It's a useless thing. How good they've said, you need to go toilet. These things have to be done, but if separation awoken, then we can give up everything. We're not living anymore on the toilet. It cannot be felt without being absorbed in the identification of a maidservant. It's such a nice description here, and it's so clear. And again, how intense was the love in separation of Rupa and Raghunath. This distress is not a worldly kind of distress. It is distress soaked in transcendental bliss. And this is a mercy. This is Swamini's mercy. If she stopped the vision, she automatically increases this love of separation in Tulasi's Raghunath Das heart. And it's a bliss. I feel it's very funny that there are so many gopis but only a few manjaris. And we can also see here in our material world, there are very less manjaris. Gurudev, why is that so?
After that, the manjaris start now. After Group and Raganuga. After Mahaprabhu, this new gift they get. So they are the pioneer of Manjari Group and Raganuga. They practice and they teach how to practice. And they are teaching we like to adopt in our day-to-day activity.
So separation is the secret behind everything, right?
Love is the secret.
Yeah.
So I feel the separation. If there is no love, why you feel separation?
There will not be separation.
Huh?
There will not be a feeling of separation without love.
So love is so intense that we feel the separation. Turn to personality.
But the greed is in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And the separation is creating the greed.
Right.
Good morning, Prashant Bhaiya.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Morning. Radhe Radhe.
We are missing you.
Yeah, I will try to be present every day.
Love and separation.
To be Manjari is not
So nice to see you.
What, Uttavji?
I'm thinking to be Manjari is not to. It's not to get the Manjari job. To be someone tell you you're Manjari. To be Manjari is to realize that you're Manjari. It's a realization of the nature of the soul.
Right.
And a realization which became possible through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Realization living in the soul, Sarup consciousness.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
So naturally, first taste is humbleness will come because of our material body is full of human. Those persons who live in the Sarup consciousness, they are humble. They want to be always in service.
Yeah.
And they behave like a shadow of Radhika.
That's the meaning of Swarup, right, Gurudev? Swarup. This Swarup is a form of seva. This is Swarup. This body of the maidservant, of the Manjari, is made for service. And the feelings we get is seva ras.
One thing more, that we are not male, our nature has to change. Like enjoyed by enjoy. This habit has to change. Who will change? I have to change my habit. Without realization of that.
Shall we stop here, please?
Radhe Radhe, can I add something? Radhe Radhe, can I add something on this topic?
Yes.
So, in this scene, in this topic, what we read this morning, I feel this is like a perfect transcendental theater in which we have perfect two actors. One is Krishna, who is Kalanidhi, is the ocean of arts, of arts, and in second one is Radhika, who is Kalavati, the artistic girl. So the scene is perfectly to exchange this hidden love between divine couple. And also there is a public here which present Jatila, who is not so clear to understand all these things, what is here, what's happening here. And there is also Sakis who help in this transcendental seat, with this in this transcendental scene where the emotions are going on the hidden way. So in this way, I understand this topic today like a perfect comedy, like a perfect theater in which everybody is some kind of win-win situation on the end. Radhe, Radhe.
And we can imagine also how intense Swamini's feelings are when this Brahmana is reading her hand palm, and they cannot kiss each other, they cannot embrace. So also for Mohan, it's so much intense. So they touched the hand. He touched her hand. So, and we know how much desiring they have to each other, but it's not possible. So how intense are these feelings of the divine couple in that moment? So they have to hide their intense feelings in that time, in that moment. And this is a young couple. It's like 15, 16 years old. First love, like the first meeting. Yes, it's a, what you say, theater, but with a lot of intense feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, they are perfect actors, and perfect scene. Yeah.
That's very nice. There's another way it's about theater as well, and comedy. You know, in comedy, when you have comedy in theater, what does it come from? It's that the public, the audience, excuse me, knows something, sees something that the actors don't even see themselves. So they understand something that's happening to the actors that the actors don't even understand. And it's the same, it's similar for tragedy, actually. It's when the audience sees that something bad is going to happen that the actors don't see. So there's this feeling of the Manjaris as spectators. We often say that they're watching. And this is exactly like it happens in theater. They see something and they understand the joke, while the players on the stage don't even understand. And that's why it's funny, because the players on the stage don't understand.
Yeah, that's a very nice explanation. Thank you. Behind the scene.
No, but it's your explanation. Very nice.
Rasa Darshan is one of the book of Anand Bhasavaji. Is a theatre act director are there, and one is the actor. They can do direction and acting, but the appreciation of the theatre is by viewer. And that viewer are Manjaris.
Radhe.
Jatila's role is actually the key role in that theater. Yeah. Without her, that will be all is not possible.
Love story not go without Viriyan. They act like a Viriyan.
Like a what, Gurudev?
Viriyan against.
Yeah. She is the authority for the religious principles and the society rules and regulations.
Yeah.
But in Vrindavan, they go beyond this.
Can you give me this of rice for baking them? Let's not go. But all depend upon the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Later become famous when the viewers are appreciating that. Leela means acting.
Leela,
Yeah.
not pastime, it's Leela.
Actually, Hindi, what is Leela? Pastime they're creating. But pastime means happened long ago before. But Leela means is happening now. So what it is, it's happening still now.
Never ending, always fresh.
So Ananta Basudev is telling about the acting and theatre. They do this play. This is the real for the audience, for us.
Even the word play is more close to Leela than the word past or pastime. Play is playtime.
No, but it means play like acting, like we were saying before in theater. Leela, playing like this. A play, the theater of the gods is what Leela means.
Yeah.
Vrindavan is a, that's a Leela Bhumi of Krishna, Radha Krishna. Means what is meaning? This is the play Bhumi, land of the Radha. If you say pastime, is not coming right meaning. Something
in
happened.
Germany we say Spiel. Spiel is also more like this. Spiel is also what children are doing also.
I don't think.
Yes.
Play.
Play.
So one thing come to me. So which kind of audience is important? Just Gurudev says. For example, today's Leela, we listen same word, but Jatira, Ktira, our Radhika, and Manjaris, so different meaning, different and taste. Vipa Goswami also written many ways in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu already, you know well from me. That's why we need relation to become audience to get proper taste. That's why I'm very thankful to all of your mercy. By your mercy, we can get the hint of vision how to see these leaders. Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. In modern theater, it's very popular to include in acting also the audience. But we see that the root of this is here, where the audience is also included in this theater and emotionally includes. So emotionally includes. We can see in this case of Kusumanjali, who feel that the Radhika's emotion that he cannot be at this moment good servant to serve Radhika on the way that she can help with the meeting of Mohana. And in this way we can see that audience, in this case Manjari, is very involved in this theater with feelings, with deep connection with the main actor, actually.
Here is Radhika. All theater is because of Radhika. Krishna is not a main actor. See that? All are the side. Krishna is also acting to please Radhika, to make happy. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 4 Canto, Krishna say he becomes subject in this acting and the Radhika become object. All the Leela, if you see, everything is very feel it. Radhika is the real heroine and real top.
She is the top.
Sri Devi.
So why she sit on the sunstone? The sunstone is the symbol of the sun god. And who is the sun god? It's Krishna himself. So she is superior. She sits on it.
Wow.
And Krishna is enjoying this role very much. So, and she is worshipping the sun god. In that case, this is not what they are doing outsidely, what others watching. Inside, she is serving Krishna, and that.
And one thing more, why in this pastime, this theater, although they are married couple, in Goloka, why they become, in this theater, they keep themselves different identity. Why Radhika married with other person? It's also theater. And, to extend the theater, make the long story, what they do, they make this difficult situation of Radhika impossible to see to him, to other person. And in this difficulty, she is making for success.
They are acting.
Acting is so perfectly Krishna is doing that no hindrance can come in between them for meeting. How much you go deep, you will realize more. Thank you, Ananta. Thank you.
Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe. It's your mercy, Gurudev.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda